Well, talk about big guys and this Team Canada coming up.
Yeah.
That Sebastian Cosa, is that
Cosa,
his name?
yeah.
Cosa is his name. 6'7". He's from Hamilton. He was born in Hamilton, but he's Fort McMurray, and he's playing for the Oil Kings right now. Boy,
he's 6'7", so that means on ice he'd be close to 7 feet.
Yeah, he's the first round draft choice of Detroit. Well, if he's as good as I hope, we'll see how good he is. But holy man, that's 6'7". I think he's got to be the biggest goalie.
Yeah, well, I think Vasilevsky, he's close. He's 6'6", I think, for Tampa. So that'd be something. But
imagine he had skates and
yeah. Well, you go down on your knees, you go on a butterfly, your shoulders are going to be over the crossbar.
Yeah. Well,
we talk about the World Juniors.
I used to. You and I used to go and
we used to go watch them.
I didn't see him play that. I didn't see that Cosa play.
No, he played out west. He played in Fort McMurray.
I did see Cole Perfetti.
Yep.
Isn't that pretty good, eh? I can pronounce his name. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he
played for the Vaughan Kings, eh?
Yep. Yeah.
And Sean Wright, he played for the Don Mills.
Shane Wright, yeah. Well, we saw him when I
really liked him.
Yeah, he'll be first pick overall. We've talked about him before, but we saw him when he was he would have been 13, and he was just he was
just as good then.
Yeah, you could just see.
Shall I tell a story? I'll tell a story. I told it before, but I'll tell it again. He used to have a habit of he like Gretzky. He'd go over to the right as he's going down. He'd sit his bum on the boards and feed guys coming in. So he'd get a few goals, but he was good. He was really good. He used to feed all the guys coming in. Asia came to me and says, "Have you had any?" And I said, "All you have to do is tell him this: guys that score drive expensive cars. Guys that that don't score and pass the puck, they're not as expensive." He says, "Will you have lunch with him?" I said, "No, won't have lunch with him, but tell him anyhow." And he got a hat trick the next day.
Yeah. Well,
and we also had. I saw that Cooley.
Will Cooley. Yeah.
What was his Will? Yeah, I never. A funny name, Will. He played for the Marlies, and Ryan O'Rourke. I remember. There's a guy I didn't know that would make it. He really his skating really improved.
Yeah,
for the Vaughan Kings.
Yeah, you liked him. Like he was a guy, and you really liked him because you said he just had the smarts. Like he was a really smart hockey player. And you could just see over at the beginning of the year, he'd get the puck and he'd like really pass it quick. But you could see he started getting confident, and he started going with the puck and all that. So he was.
Well, the guy I'm looking forward to seeing is Owen Power. Played for the Mississauga Reps. Boy, he played overseas.
He played in the World Tournament this year.
He is a giant.
He's like 6'6" or something like that.
Yeah, he is another big giant. And
you remember him playing?
I remember him playing. He was a big guy. And I remember, boy, he was good. Boy, he should shine in. He should shine in this tournament.
I remember watching him, and I asked you what you thought of him, and you said he had all the tools, but he was so big back then. He quite hadn't grown into his body, and he was just a little bit awkward skater. But he's not now, boy. Like he's
well, he worked on his skating.
Yeah.
And all you kids out there, if you're having a tough time, you have to work at it. Well, we want to wish the juniors the best of luck. The states are getting better and better every time you play them. Well, it only stands.
The one thing with this tournament, though, we watch it. It really is who has the best goalie. I mean, it does come down to the goaltending. If your goalie's just not quite as good as the other goalie.
How about the time we lost when Patrick O'Sullivan had the breakaway?
Yeah,
he shot the puck and it bounced in the air and come back at the guy and hit it.
Yeah, it was Fleury. I think it was Fleury, the goalie, came out, shot the puck. It was like a minute to go at a 2-2 tie or something like that. It hit Patrick O'Sullivan's, who played for the Americans, hit his shin pad, went in the net.
Yeah, and when bounced in the air, it comes down behind. It's and the Americans and the other teams are getting better all the time.
Yeah, well, we watched the women. They had the tournament this weekend, and Poulin scored the overtime winner again. She's like what was the guy's name? Sudden Death Hill. Remember the one guy, Overtime Hill or something like that.
And the puck just came to her and they're banging and banging, smashing. There's the puck liner, bing, zing.
You know what though, Dad? I have to say, watching the women's this week, they seem better than they did during the last Olympics. I think the last Olympics I watched it and I go, I thought they may have took a step back, but not this year. Like they seemed, I don't know if they're younger and a little bit faster.
And the girls hit too.
Yeah, they're not supposed to hit.
Not supposed to hit,
but they're hitting pretty good.
And that girl would get hit along the boards, boy,
Yeah.
And they stand up. It's all right for them to stand up for one another, but if we stand up for one another,
Yeah, you get extra.
that was a pretty good hockey game. That was a great hockey game.